Hey folks, Gary here with Paramount, and we're here at the B. Meyers booth. I'm here with Ryan. We got a lot of things to talk about. So Ryan, I'll just turn it over to you, man.
Sure, absolutely. What we're gonna do is go quick walk through the different MAWL variants. Everybody's familiar with MAWL, so we're gonna do, so the first one is a C1, that's just your general commerce. Buy it on our website, lots of resellers sell it.
Yep.
Then we have the law enforcement military version, this is a restricted version, that's gonna be the MAWL DA. The X1 is the DoD variant of the DA. So they are literally the same thing, same program set, same outputs, same everything, same functionality. Just this is a military designation. That's your law enforcement, federal law enforcement designation.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
The ER actually is two different variants. The ER is kind of like the mother with two different variants, the precision rifle and then the crew serve weapon. So the precision rifle obviously is for more of a program set for the precision rifle, kind of like we have on the M110 over there. It's going to be designed for clip-on use, and then your crew serve weapon is going to be more for your 240s, 249s, or not 249s, but mod deuces, stuff like that. So just a different program set.
Yeah.
So these are going to max out. So this maxes out at 67 milliwatts of illumination. Very, very clean, clear illuminator. DA and the X1 at 150 milliwatts, and then the precision rifle and the crew serve are 200 milliwatts. So you get a little extra oomph with the ER. The visible laser is actually increased as well. So DA is going to be 25 milliwatts, 50 on the both variants of the ER. And
now,
then,
is the ER available commercially as well?
No,
just
the C1 is going to be a commercial available.
Okay.
For eye safety restrictions. So that is going to be a 5 milliwatt visible laser. So 5, 25, 50. So X1, like I said, same as DA, 25. Then we have our IZLIDs. We have a 200p. That one is these are basically an adjustable illumination device. You can go all the way down to basically a pointer. It's going to be for call for fire operations, JTAC, any CAS operations, stuff like that. But it can be widened. The 200p we have seen some use on sniper platforms at long distances because you can vary that beam size. Yep. The Ultra, it actually maxes out at 1 watt of illumination, so a ton of illumination. JTAC operators love those things. So that's kind of the. Go ahead.
So no, I was just saying. So they're for point target and area target designation.
Yes,
it's really what it comes down to.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Essentially, JTAC operators will have it in a little kit, and they want to designate targets. Hey, they'll lasso things, they'll give direction of fire, stuff like that from with those devices. And then we have the recoil. Glare recoil, that one's been around for a little while. The LA-22 specifically with the Marine Corps, it is a hail and warning system, or basically it boils down to an ocular interrupter device. It is a green visible laser that's diffused. You can set the variance or the divergence of the laser. So you can make it wider for area targets, for riot control, or you can pinpoint for individual suspects. Awesome. It has a constant mode and a pulse mode. And essentially what it does is when you hit the go button, it projects a visible laser. It has a laser rangefinder in it, and that calculates the distance to the target, and it puts it at maximum eye-safe levels. So you can, for law enforcement, you can put it on a suspect or a group of suspects, and you can hit the button, and it gives it full mamma jamma. And then as you increase or you get closer, it decreases that output. And as you get further away, it increases that. There's no discernible difference from the suspect side. So they don't see like, oh, it's getting dimmer.
So what is the effect on?
It's basically, this is the newer version of the old Dazzler.
Okay.
So it's just like a bright white light in your eyes, but it's effective during the daytime as well. So as you know, if I shine a white light in the daytime, there's not really a whole lot of effect. Your eyes are already adjusted. This doesn't have that. So you always get that kind of effect. What we've seen success lately is mounting it with non-lethals. So you mount it on a non-lethal launcher. You're basically giving compliance commands. You're letting them know that they're there, and then the next step is to do what you need to do.
This is clearly not commercially available.
That is not commercially available. But the cool thing is it is eye safe. Okay. And so any department can purchase that and use it in those different scenarios. And they don't have to worry about the liability of eye safety. So they don't have to worry about getting sued later down the road for, oh, I have cataracts or whatever the case may be, right? So very, very cool item. Yeah, it's been around for a while, but yeah, we're trying to kind of reintroduce it to the law enforcement community.
Now, I have my own opinions on this, but when it comes to the MAWL compared to some of the other things that are commercially available, what do you say the biggest advantage of the MAWL over the D-ball, over PEC 15, all those other ones?
For me, my personal opinion is it's always user interface. So the user interface, it's normal hand position of how you would interact with a standard rifle. It puts your thumb exactly where you need everything to be, right? If you want to increase your outputs, your slider's right there, and then you have your different divergence settings. And then everything is hard stop. So you have an off that's in a hard stop position. Your visible is slaved. All of the components are all slaved together. So when you set the 0 with the visible, the IR, you just got to confirm it. And then IR is also hard stopped.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I really love. I've always loved about the MAWL, folks, whether, obviously you're operating these devices at night. And some of the other models out there, you don't know what setting you're on. It just takes a lot less training to get proficient operating that without actually looking at it. It's much more intuitive. It's much more ergonomic. And quite frankly, I feel like I haven't destruction tested on any of them, but the durability, I think, of the MAWL is just unquestioned, without a doubt. The clarity and the definition of the laser, as well as the spotlights on these, have always been superior over what else is commercially available. So huge. I love them. Anything else?
As well. No, so we have the KIJI. Most people are familiar with the KIJI. If you're not, here's it on a helmet mount. So this is a IR illuminator. There's no pointer in it.
Okay.
But it is you can use it on a helmet mount. This runs off a 300 series body.
Okay.
So all the magic is in the head.
That's awesome.
But basically that is an eye-safe, commercially available item. Like I said, it's just the illuminator. It's not a pointer.
Yep.
But you can run it on a helmet. You can run it on a weapon platform if you so choose. You can run it in conjunction with the clip-on. Divergence of the narrow beam is 2 degrees, and it maxes out 150 milliwatts.
Okay.
That's 150 milliwatts, but it's 3 degrees, which it maintains, because it's wider, it maintains eye safety. So, so that is commercially available. It is eye safe, and it has an extreme amount of illumination. The undiffused output is a 3 degree beam, and then if you want 10 degrees, so the wider output, you're gonna flip that cap over.
That's awesome. Now, do you just buy this, or do you buy that as one?
You get it. You don't get the knuckle, but you get this whole unit, and you can use it handheld, or like I said, it's a 300 series, so you can use any of the Scout mounts. So if you want to do a clip-on, anything, you can use an S&S mount on a helmet. You can do whatever your whatever your job is for it, you can do it.
However you prefer.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that is an awesome piece of kit, especially if you're using clip-ons, doing hog hunting, in the tactical world, CQB, whatever the case may be. A lot of guys will use that if they have older units. So like if they have a D-ball, or they have a PEC, or they have a Holosun, the illuminator is typically the problem. In the commercial space, the pointer is typically the pointer. This, you can augment those older systems at a quarter of the cost of a MAWL. So, your MAWL is going to retail for anywhere from $3,600 to about $3,650, and then this is $849.
Oh, wow.
So, for a quarter of the cost, you can get the same illuminator, and you can still use your old system. So if you're running a PEC or whatever, and you just don't have the funds on the commercial market to purchase MAWLs, or as a department, if you